hello, everybody, and welcome back to the another impromptu random stream here on my little corner of the interwebs. I'm Sam Jones. Hey, pipe down in the background. I'm Sam Jones, and as always, whenever I do anything crazy like this, I'm joined by my Welsh comrade in arms. I got nothing else mean to say about him these days. He's just a good guy. He just likes bricks. He sends me cake. It's Cut the Craggle.
Hello! How are we doing?
I'm doing good, thanks, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. That was a very well-rehearsed and thought-out introduction.
You can tell I made that up like 5 minutes before we started, right?
That long? I thought you just did it on the spot.
Yeah, pretty much, mate, yeah.
I tell you what, I need to sort out this desk. It is definitely sloped to the back. It looks worse on camera than it is, but I put stuff on there and it just... Well, it's not doing it now. It rolls. There you go.
I saw him roll.
Oh, there you go.
See me rolling. They hate it. Yeah. He doesn't want to do that.
Why did you go to that place? I was thinking more rolling, raw.
Oh, you're thinking Blues Brothers. Okay, yeah.
Yeah!
In our merry band of brothers, another has decided to join us.
Really?
He controls all of space and time, but just that little bit around Idaho in America.
Oh, not that guy.
Hello.
It's Space Time Brick Studio.
How's it going?
Hello. Why
It's all going good here, mate. How are you?
I'm
He
doing
looks
great.
like he's aged 5 years since I last saw him.
I mean, I switched to a new conditioner, so.
Oh, that must be it.
Maybe that's enough to do it.
I'm guessing you finally started using that face mask I bought you for Valentine's Day. I'm going to mute myself a second, just like open a bag, all right?
Okay. But whilst you do that, we've got another guest who's joining us. He builds big rockets. He builds small rockets, but mainly big things. And as you'll see behind him, he is surrounded by big rockets. But let that not be a reflection on his character. It's Joe Chambers.
What's up? How's it going?
Hey, Joe.
How are you doing?
I'm loving the hat. I must say, mate. I'm absolutely loving it.
I
Let's
forgot
try
to do my
spinning.
hair,
That's a good
so here we are.
You look
Yes.
like Anakin Skywalker in episode 1.
Brilliant.
It's working!
That's a wizard!
Oh, dear. How are we doing today? Are we all good?
Yeah. My
I'm all the
question-
better for seeing this bunch of lovely faces.
Oh, well. You say such nice things, you do.
Well, you know, I'm trying to
my
balance
wisdom
out
for the
the
day,
evil.
and I've thought about this a lot,
Oh?
is you can't play a piano on a trampoline. Just wanted you guys to think about that for a minute.
Okay.
Is that a
brings me
challenge?
so early on.
What was that?
Is that a challenge?
I would like to see someone try.
It'd be fun, right?
It
Right,
would
if
be.
anybody does have a trampoline and a piano, let us know. We'll sort something out. Just to prove Joe wrong. Because
No, this is one of those things where I'm like, I would love to be proved wrong.
It's like reverse psychology. It's
Mhm.
like you want someone to try, so you're like, oh, you would never do that.
No, you can't play a piano on a trampoline. I'm going to say it would be very difficult to play an accordion on the trampoline.
I don't know, because
I
that's...
don't know.
Difficult, not impossible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Or,
So, let's see
I'd say-
who's in the chat this evening.
okay,
We have... No, we don't. Yes, we do. We have Jacob.
what's up, Jacob?
Hello.
Say hi. We also have Lady Sam B. Here, she's pretty cool.
What's up, Lady Sam?
I mean, I left a comment like 10 hours ago, but it looks like it got deleted.
Yeah, it's not in this list. And Mrs. Craggle.
Mrs. Craggle?
I hear Mrs. Craggle has been out today and eating cake.
Yeah, she brought me back cake, but I was going to take a photograph of it, but I decided to eat it instead.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that. That's good logic.
We got Echo.
Echo? Is that me?
I think it's me.
No, because I just changed something.
Oh. Space Time, you're like a minifig expert. This face print, this is a reference to the old Ghost, right?
It's because it's the old Ghost print on the hood.
Oh, he's froze.
Let me see if it'll focus.
Yeah, why didn't they just give us like that figure? I know the piece is no longer in use, is it?
Yeah. So it's pretty much.
It's very similar, isn't it? And then you've got on the reverse, you've got the smiling version. I mean, this whole set is full of Easter eggs. You've got some with the minifigures. You've got some nods to Hidden Side, the most recent horror theme. But there's stuff to Adventurers, Castle, Pharaoh's Quest. There's just tons and tons of Easter eggs in there.
Now, what set is this?
The Haunted House.
Okay.
There we go. I finally got it.
It's done as like a ride, so it's kind of like a cross between the Hollywood Tower of Terror and the Phantom Manor or Haunted Mansion, I think it's called in America. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It is.
It's out of focus. There we go.
Yeah, they've literally just basically done the same shaping, but there's a print with a hood. I really wish they had brought that piece back.
It's a good one.
Because I remember that was one of the few actual sets I had as a child. As I had one of the castle ones, and you had this little I would say it's a really tiny little dungeon thing, and you open the door, and there was the glow in the dark ghost in there.
Yeah.
I forget the name.
This is one of the few few figures that scares me at night because he glows. So, and I finally figured it out. There's another glowing piece. I had no idea what it was, and here it was. What was it? Killian Aldrich from Iron Man 3 has a glow.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa! I didn't know that was that piece glue.
Oh yeah, I suppose you would. Yeah.
Is glue a word like that in that context? I thought it was glowed.
Yeah, you're right. I messed up. Add participle.
Hey, if we have a conflict about that, my wife is a professional editor. We can have her come up here and be a grammar Nazi.
Yeah, but she is an American one, though, right? So it's not like
right. So she follows in her old job. She followed the Chicago style.
I mean, MLA is where it's at.
Is that different to the New York style?
Yes, it's a thinner crust, or I'm sorry, the Chicago style is a thinner crust.
It has some deeper grammar.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
If Jacob's here, by the way, I gotta say that pizza that he showed to me looked absolutely disgusting. Having the tomato sauce on top of the cheese.
Oh my goodness!
What? So wrong. I've had. I think you said it was Chicago style, but I've had Chicago style pizzas before, not in Chicago though, and I've never had the sauce on top like that before.
Yeah, I can't recall a time it was on top.
I'm be honest with you. If there's too much sauce on there, I honestly I'm not a fan of it because it overpowers everything else. You've got to get that right amount. So having it on top is just like my version of taking something beautiful and defiling it.
And you know what? That's the reason why I don't like bacon on my hamburgers or cheeseburgers, because the bacon just overwhelms everything else.
I see your point. To me, I think it complements it, but I feel the same way as you do about bacon as with barbecue sauce. If you have barbecue sauce on anything, all you taste is the barbecue sauce.
Yes. And so if you have a burger with barbecue sauce on it, you're like, well, why didn't I just get wings with barbecue sauce on it?
It's like here in the UK, we have what we call actually, in the UK it's bacon sarnie. In Wales, we call it a bacon butty.
Oh,
You call it a butty in England? Sam, do you call it a butty?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I thought it was more a Welsh thing, because when I said it to some English people before, they were like, what are you on about, a butty?
No, it depends on where you're from in the UK, really, because I always used to call it bacon butty. And,
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I think it just depends.
It's
It's like the
basically
whole bap roll cob thing.
Yeah, it's basically a bacon sandwich, and I used to originally always have mine with tomato ketchup, and then I realised the tomato ketchup, I was tasting that more than the actual bacon. And if you're having bacon, you want to taste the bacon. So
yeah.
have a non-tomato ketchup.
I haven't, but I know that ketchup came from an Asian fish sauce, so it used to not be tomato at all.
really, I did not
Yeah.
know that.
The only time I've ever seen non-tomato ketchup is at a Boise Fry Company. They have a blueberry ketchup that's really great with the purple Peruvian potatoes.
It really is, and I know what he's talking about because Scott's taken me there and I've tried it. And I said, blueberry ketchup. I was like, what? No. Yeah, I'm not going to try it. Then Scott got like a little pot, just goes, just try it.
Try it.
Just try it.
What's
And I'm
the
like,
secret ingredient? Crack cocaine?
It's blueberries.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say I absolutely love ketchup on most things. It's just bacon sarnies I tend to not have it because you honestly. And the thing is, if you go to a cafe in the UK, you've got to be careful because quite often what they'll do is they'll add vinegar to the tomato ketchup to make it last longer, and it's horrible then.
Ugh.
Okay.
I remember once going to a cafe with my dad after I did some work with him in the early hours of the morning. And we went there, and I was looking forward to having a bacon sarnie for breakfast or a bacon butty, and it came out, and it had been like barely cooked. It looked like they had shown the bacon in the frying pan, or even shown a picture of it. It was like, it was greasy as well. They hadn't buttered the bread, and the tomato ketchup was so vinegary. It set my mouth on fire. It was horrible.
That was a joke one comedian he had about different foods from around the world. And always said that food from the UK, in order to make it taste better, they have to add vinegar.
Really? I don't think we use vinegar that much in the UK.
Yeah, I don't know. I only ever heard it from one comedian. So
I didn't think we used vinegar that much either, but
No, I don't. Yeah, it's like if you're gonna make a joke, at least have it grounded in some sort of fact.
I mean, do you use vinegar on fries at all? Because I think that was the comparison he was making.
They do at chip shops.
Yeah,
that's
about
chip
the
shop.
only time.
So yeah, I guess I was making a generalization about UK food. It was specifically
You
focused
put
on
salt and vinegar on chip shop chips, but that is literally the only time. I've never really known anyone to put vinegar on themselves, like if they have chips at home or something,
No, it's not something I would do. I'm not that.
And this is why you shouldn't learn about other countries through comedy specials.
Well, I always say about Family Guy, I love Family Guy, and I love the fact that no one is safe. It takes the make out of everyone. But I just wish they would actually do jokes about the British that have something where I can laugh and go, yep, that's true, fair play, you've got us. Because their depiction of the British is so off base. I have a theory, though, that I've started to think that maybe the joke is what he's lampooning is not so much British culture, but the American
perception
view
of British culture.
Yeah.
Probably.
Huh?
Probably.
Because he has been to Britain, Seth MacFarlane, I believe, a couple of times. So he knows it's not like that. I always remember Robert Downey Jr. coming over on one of our chat shows, and he couldn't believe that he could swear and curse on a primetime chat show. And then when he found out he could drop the C-bomb, he was like, "What? On live television?" They were like, "Yes, after 9 o'clock, you can stop the C-bomb if you want to." So he kept working it into every single sentence. Then
it's funny you bring that up. As I was trying to fall asleep this morning, I was watching a Jim Carrey comedy special, and he starts it off with, he's like, the most offensive words that you can't say on television are the F word and the C word, but we're not on television. We're in a live feeder. So screw those fuckers. And or he said, fuck those cunts.
Oh, wow.
So let's have a quick look at the chat. Let's segue. Jacob says, in a world disillusioned by Lego, one man will sort it out, starring Sam Jones, Joe Chambers, Space Time, and that guy with the beard.
Wait a sec. It says one man, but he's listed 4 there.
You have to read that in your 90s trailer voice. In a world disillusioned by one Lego man.
In a world.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that, Space Time.
I practice.
In a world.
Mrs. Craggle is dreaming of pizza.
Oh.
Mm.
We have pizza in a week, I think, though, so...
Jacob says his pizza had about half an inch of cheese underneath that sauce, by the way, and that there was way more cheese than sauce.
I still would be scraping that sauce off, though, because having sauce on top of the cheese is just wrong. I would say that's more wrong than pineapple on pizza.
Oh.
Well, that's a bold statement.
Yeah. I think that was the one thing that... Well, actually, no, Space Time I remember like pineapple on pizza, but me, you, and Joe, we were all in agreement on it. But you know, Space Time, he's got to be different just for the sake of being different.
Yeah.
So it popped up on my Facebook memories about a week or so ago, and I went to this custom pizza place, and we had shrimp and pineapple on our pizza.
Oh, God.
And it was good.
Space Time, can you do me a favor? Can you just press Alt and F4, please?
Alt F4.
What does that do?
Not only did you have pineapple on your pizza, but you also chose to eat a creature which feeds through its bottom. What is that?
So, you know what's really neat about this fake pilot's hat? Is it is very effective at keeping you very warm. And I'm like sweating.
It's fake?
Well, I mean, I got it for Halloween like 10 years ago.
I thought it was real. I thought that I thought you got that when you flew your biplane.
No.
Your biplane.
No, when I was a pilot, I didn't fly a biplane.
You were a pilot?
Yeah.
I didn't
It was
know
my first degree. But
Wow.
I graduated right when the economy tanked and no one hired pilots for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, I have a friend who was a pilot, or they still are, but they got a really good job with British Airways just as the economy hit, and then it was basically last in, first out type thing, you know.
Oh,
And he had left a good, highly paid job in Hong Kong, come back to the UK, and then was left basically with no job.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Everyone goes on about how rich pilots would be, but only if you've got the work. Otherwise, it's hard going, you know?
Say that again?
So everyone goes on about how rich pilots are and how well paid it is, but it's only if the work is there.
Yeah, and by the time they were hiring pilots again, like what you don't know is like for the first like 3 or 4 years, you're sitting in the right seat, you're being paid like 25,000 a year. So by that time I was like, no, I think I'm going this technician route.
Yeah.
So
can we see a photograph of you in your pilot's uniform?
I'm looking for one right now.
Did you look like Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking of when you were like front seat or the right hand seat.
Oh, Space Time is back.
Yay!
Yeah, so Alt F4 closes out your current window. I knew that. I just wanted to teach the audience.
Someone's got an echo again.
Is it me?
Is it me?
Is it me? Is it
Let me mute
tea
myself.
you're looking for?
Okay, you ready?
It might be me. Oh, it's gone now. I'm ready.
Yeah, share your screen, Joe. I'll sort it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's me
Look
flying
at
in.
that little smile.
Yeah. This was 2007.
That doesn't even look like you.
I know. I wore glasses back then. That's the Grand Canyon, by the way. Me and one of my
that big hole in the ground.
Yeah, that big hole in the ground.
So it's a Grand Canyon. Is that there because you crashed a plane into the ground? Was it all like flat desert originally?
Yeah. Something like that. Okay. How do I stop sharing so I don't have to listen to these?
Oh, I've done this wrong. I blame Joe Chambers.
No. There's
Distracting
probably
me with his sexy selfies.
honestly, you'd probably be safe if you just blame me for something. It's
There is so much orange.
So, do we need to talk about Lego on the stream?
We probably should mention what we're working on. So, Craggle, you go first, seeing as you brought it up.
I'm currently putting the final touches, I hope, with the Haunted Mansion set. I've been building it this week on my own live streams. Had a great time, but I feel like I've done so many now that I wanted to build this off stream. But seeing as I've been invited here, I thought, well, I can potter about whilst I chat to you fine gents.
Well,
that's what I'm doing.
That's very nice of you to grace us with your presence, first of all, and your build.
I wasn't being sarky. I was trying to pay you a compliment, you bastard.
Oh, you know me, mate. Joe, what are you working on?
I am trying to get version 5 of the LUT instructions out the door. So
this really isn't helping then. It's more a distraction, right?
No, it's fine. I'm usually listening to like a podcast or something to distract the one side of my brain. But since I have your gaping maws screaming at me, that'll work.
Brilliant.
I usually have headphones in, listening to some flabby white guy warble at me.
Don't talk about me that
way.
way.
Same thing, and I don't have to have headphones in.
Oh dear!
I can't believe that.
Okay.
Flabby white guy.
What?
Space time.
Yo.
What is up with you? What are you working on?
I'm kind of just cleaning my room.
Cool. Everybody's got to do it.
I guess I have some things I can show off. So
No, we're not interested, thanks.
No. So I traded in a bunch of duplicate minifigures I had yesterday, and I was able to pick these up for free.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
two of the Spider-Man Far From Home, or No Way Home.
No Way Home, yeah.
Very cool.
Those are probably going to be built after Thanksgiving. Just getting ready for the movie. And then I had a Lego.com order come this week.
Oh,
So I got 3 of the Batman sets.
I'm so
very
worried,
nice.
because I have to wait till January to get those.
So
Yeah, it doesn't seem fair, does it, Craggle?
No, I'm surprised they're out so early in America because the film's not out till March.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna build those on Monday, the Batman sets,
Very cool.
and then the Titanic should be coming at some point.
I hate you so much. I went on Lego.com like later that morning, and it was already gone.
You don't want the Titanic. It's
Huh?
honestly, I wouldn't get the Titanic. It doesn't hold its water.
I mean, it holds a lot of water now.
I mean, yeah. I looked at it and I thought about buying it, but then I got this sinking feeling.
Okay, and Craggle, you don't have any kids. You're doing this amount of dad humor, and you don't have any kids.
Oh, I'm like in work in progress. I'm getting myself psyched up ready.
Okay, all right. No, that sounds good. That sounds good. Hey Sam, I got another one. You ready?
Go on.
This one's even worse.
How can it be worse?
It's the day I graduated from Utah Valley University.
Utah has a university. Oh wow!
Oh Joe.
Oh
That's Joe.
Better. Oh, and then I put on my cap and gown, of course.
Oh Joe.
Oh no. Oh what?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay,
Joe.
We're done with that.
Oh Joe.
Oh Sam.
He's still sharing his screen, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Got it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, Cajun Yeti's here.
Yes. Hello, Cajun Yeti. We see you.
Well, we see his comments. We don't see him. We haven't got like a spy camera on him or anything, you know?
I can see like 6,000 miles to where he is, Craggle. You don't know.
Really?
Cajun Yeti, is he from New Orleans?
It's down that way.
Okay.
He's one of Craggle's members on Craggle's channel, and he shares some amazing food that is cooked in his household.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I would go down that way for work, I would regret everything I ate after I ate it.
Why would you regret it?
No regrets. They don't work.
It wasn't the going down that bothered me.
Oh, I see. So what you're saying is that you're okay with the Australian kiss? Is that what we're talking about? Going down?
Australian kiss?
Yeah, kiss down under.
Oh boy. These uncensored Saturday streams, they are spicy indeed.
Well, you know how it is, Joe. No filters.
I think you've actually put a warning up this time, didn't you, Sam?
Yes, it's consistently scrolling. I thought that was the easiest way.
Yeah.
But for a reminder for those people who can't read, these streams are unfiltered and uncensored. We don't care. Well, I certainly don't care.
I don't care.
I love it.
There will be bad language. There will be rude words. There will be suggestive comments.
I mean,
there will be dad jokes.
You know,
yes, there will be dad jokes.
When of all people, space-time drops the C-bomb, you know you're in for a rough ride.
Exactly. So if that's not your thing, Alt F4 or lock your phone. That gets you away nice and quickly. If this is your thing, cool.
Also,
put it in the, give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And we'll take a quick look at the chat again. Cajun Yeti says, "Dan Craggle, if you buy the Titanic, we will be drowning. We'll be drowning, Deb."
Oh, you'll be drowning in debt, I think he means.
Yeah. Cajun Yeti is actually from Bro Bridge. You been there, Joe?
I haven't.
Is that how you say it?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I am a British man who has no sense of otherworldly culture.
Well,
that's a Broxbridge.
Wait, so you actually pronounced the X?
No, I'm joking. It's
Oh.
French.
No, if it's in Louisiana and it's a French-looking name, it's pronounced like a French French word.
It's like
That's what Cajun is. It's
Sam works in motorsports, right? But for years he used to say Grand Prix.
Wow.
Never in my life have I ever uttered that horrible word.
okay, Cajun Yeti. I had to look up where that was, but no, I haven't been to there exactly. I've been near there. I used to do some work with the oil industry down in that area. So, yeah,
Cajun
I've been down there.
is tame.
Well, we are only half hour into it.
Yeah, give us a chance to get warmed up. You know.
Yeah, you know.
We haven't got any fluffers. Come on.
Yep,
We've had a tough week.
I need to add more caffeine to my face, and then I'll be ready.
I only found out recently that there's more than just Formula One. That there's Formula 2, Formula 3.
Are you serious?
I thought it was just Formula One.
But you told me you've seen the film Rush.
With Rush?
The one with Chris Hemsworth and I forgot his name now. The guy who plays Baron Nemo. What's his name?
I'm gonna say no.
It's the racing one. Done by Ron Howard directed it.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Nicky Lauda one and
Yeah.
No. Days of Thunder.
No, Joe.
Wait, it could be that Space Time's lied to me because he's lied to me before. Like he keeps saying that he's not the Craggle chatbot, the fake one.
I wouldn't hurt your feelings like that.
So,
I'll tell you, I'm convinced it's space time. That's the Craggle chat, the Craggle chatbot. It's the only thing that makes logical sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, I've got a chatbot on my streams now for some of the games that I play on there. I've got games on my streams that you can play while you're in the live chat. So to moderate those and to basically allow those to work, I had to create a chatbot account. And within like the first few minutes of me debuting that feature, there was a fake account saying they were Crackle chatbot, saying people's got like 1 million points and stuff like this. And I thought it was Canadian because the first person that it mentioned was Canadian, saying it has you have 1 million points. But there have been some clues that have led both Sam Jones and my wife to think that it's actually space time. So, yeah. Daniel Bruhl, that's it. That's the actor.
Yes.
He's a great actor.
Well done, Mrs. Craggle.
Yeah. That was a fantastic film. If you haven't seen a Space Time, you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good film.
Which movie? Which
Rush?
And you said it was made by Ronnie Howard from Happy Days?
Yes.
Yes, Ronald Howard, who also did Apollo 13.
Yes.
Oh, he was on
And
the Christmas show.
probably one of the more underrated Star Wars films, Solo.
Yes. And also his daughter is Bryce Dallas Howard, who also directed episodes of The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Like her father, she's gone from acting to directing.
Trying to get this right.
Do you know what's funny is I actually read an article once where Bryce Dallas Howard actually said that if acting hadn't taken off for her when she was first trying to do it, that she would have taken a job as a Sophie Alex Baxter impersonator.
What?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know
I
who
can
that
see it.
is.
But it's funny how most people don't remember who she is now. But at the time, I think when she was starting out, she was quite big.
Murder on the dance floor.
You better not change the groove, DJ.
Okay.
Gonna burn his goddamn house right down.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, you know why her middle name's Dallas?
Because she was born in Dallas.
No, that's where she was conceived.
Oh,
That's what her parents did with all the children.
wow.
Oh.
Imagine if they name, they nickname one Utah, and then like Ron's like, "Wait a sec, I've never been to Utah." It's like, you haven't, I have.
Giggity.
So my son's middle name would be Zion National Park. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey, Joe, that's adventurous.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is great. This article. The rule was wherever we were conceived. It's so disgusting, she said, laughing. For me, it was a city. For my sisters, it was a hotel. My brother, his middle name was Cross after a place we used to live. That was our road where our house was. My dad would make this joke. I didn't want to call him back of the Volvo.
I was about to say Sam Jones, I heard then his middle name was Ford Capri.
Ford Capri.
Escort mate.
I was going to say, can you hear the fireworks? It seems like they're right outside the window here.
Ford Capri.
I'm sorry, I thought you were more well off than you actually are.
I have two by 3 floor drawers.
Mrs. Craggle, if you're watching, please could I trouble you for a drink? Because I can't bother leaving the stream to come down and get one myself.
She's in the chat.
I love you.
She's watching some fireworks, mate. I don't think you're getting anything.
I know, I can hear them, but I think they've just stopped. Why is this one... Oh, I see. I've literally got Sophia X Baxter's backstream stuck on my head now.
So have I, mate, and I blame you entirely. Joe, I am never letting you talk me into doing Martian surfaces again.
Are you doing one right now?
I'm sorting. There is so much orange and nougat and medium nougat. It's ridiculous.
Oh, thank you.
Mrs.
Craggle's here. Say hello.
Hey, Mrs. Craggle. Finally, some class to the stream.
What are you building, by the way, behind you? It looks kind of like a no ghost symbol, but in yellow and black rather than red and white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for one of the motorsport series I work with.
Oh.
That's as far as I've got because I'm missing some yellow 2x6 bricks at the moment, but I've got lots of other bits. But it's basically their logo going to be in Lego. I dropped it earlier. Pardon?
So when I went to Brick Slopes a couple months ago, I got a lot of people who really loved my 60,000 piece Launch Complex 39. But I think I got more compliments on this.
Oh, yeah. I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, it actually works.
Does that go to my PayPal?
No, it goes to my shop.
Oh.
So yeah, if anybody in the chat has got a phone, scan the QR code, check out Joe's shop.
There you go.
He's got some cool instructions there on things you can do with big orange bricks, and bricks are related to the Saturn V and more if you want to spend your entire life savings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, buy instructions for something you're never going to build or your significant other's not going to let you build.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was really funny. This week I posted a picture of my aggressively large collection on both Bricks in Space and on probably the most finely tuned Facebook group I'm a part of, Skylab and 70s Space Enthusiasts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I can post Lego stuff here, but everyone was like, What do you mean? It's Skylab. Of course you can post that here. And I actually got more attention on that site than I did on Bricks in Space. So come on, Bricks in Space, what's up?
I've had that
me.
before where I've shared something like I think it was when I did Ghostbusters. Like I did the black Ecto, the mock, and I shared it on the Lego group. People were like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And I shared it on the Ghostbusters group, and they went mental for it. I mean, I think it helped that because of that video, like literally the day after, the guy who owns the original car contacted me and told me what the registration plate number was. So it was kind of like I uncovered this lost piece of Ghostbusters trivia. But yeah, they were really like, "Wow, that's awesome." Whereas in Lego groups, they were kind of like, "Yeah, okay, whatever."
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Watching your haul video yesterday with the new Ghostbuster figures, I'm like, oh, I want action figures, and I'm like, I can't.
Did you actually watch the video though? Because your question suggests that you didn't actually watch the video through to the end.
I that at the end. It was just a legitimate question. Like, I'm not sure what you do with your figures.
Oh, see, I did say at the end what I was going to do with those.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you didn't watch it. You watched like 10 seconds of a video. Just
No, I watched the whole thing. I may have typed a comment at the beginning, but
those ones I am going to keep. Some of them I keep in the boxes. Some of them I take out. For the most part, newer action figures that I get, I keep in the box. But the DC Mcfarlane Toys, originally I got them and they were so cheap that I didn't really think of them as collectible figures. I took them out and I posed them and stuff.
Okay, because I gotta remember you opening the animated series of Batman.
No, I didn't open those.
No,
ones.
okay.
No, those ones I have kept in the box. I have got some out of the box. I got in a bundle. But those ones I keep in the packaging and they have skyrocketed in price. They are so expensive now.
Am I hearing this right? You have taken things out of their original packaging.
My DC Multiverse Mcfarlane Toys figures, yeah, because I literally picked them up the first batch for like £8 each in Home Bargains of all places. So,
Home Bargains.
I just wanted to, they had them. They don't have any new ones, but when the series first came to the UK, it was in Home Bargains rather than like Forbidden Planet or that anyway. It was bizarre.
Home Bargains, man.
But yeah, most of my action figures, like ones I get now, I keep in the boxes. When I used to get them, when I was like a kid or a teenager, I used to take them out. Like I have some old figures from Alien and Predator and stuff that I got when I was like 13, 14. They're out of the box. I wish I'd get them in now, but I used to like do like these big display pieces in this glass cabinet where I had like terrain and stuff, and I had like the Predators and the aliens fighting each other. I was really proud of it, and then one of my friends came round and told me I was sad, and I kind of took it to heart, being an impressionable teenager, and just boxed them all away. But now, if someone said that, I'd just be like, "Go F yourself," Do what you love to do.
They're my adult toys. I can do what I want.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like I would want to take them out of the package just so I could photograph them and pose them.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes more sense to keep them packaged because it's easier to store and display.
Do you know what though? It's kind of there is a bit of conundrum with me with these because with these ones, because they're in a box with a seal at the top, I believe it would be easier to take these out, have a look at them, and put them back. And okay, you wouldn't have the seal, but they would be pretty much good as new. And I'm keeping these ones in the boxes. Whereas the Ghostbusters Diamond Select figures, again, because I picked them up really cheap, the first ones I got, and then I decided I want to get the whole collection, I've taken some of those out of the packaging. And they're like the old style where they have like the cardboard back and the plastic that you have to tear off the cardboard back in it.
Oh, no.
Well, really, what I should have done is kept those in the packaging because there's no way of putting them back. And these ones, which you can put back without any fuss, taken out. But, I'm Welsh, so I do things the hard way.
I have a short little story. So I was driving the other day, and I was thinking about an episode of Futurama from almost 20 years ago, and I finally got a joke from the episode, and it has to do with what you just said. You guys have seen Futurama, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Do you remember the episode where they got the original Star Trek podcast back?
Actually, do. I remember that one.
Vaguely, it's been some.
So basically, they're all in heads or whatever, and they're trapped on a planet. This
Oh
alien
yes, I
holding
remember
them
now.
captive and wants them to reenact his fan script. So at the time this episode that was made, the actor that played McCoy has already died, and Scotty was basically he wasn't doing too well, so he couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So they made this new character a red shirt, and his name was Welshie.
Yeah.
And I never got why they did it. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, oh, and it finally hit me. I'm like, Scotty is from Scotland. Welshie is from Wales.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my goodness. It has taken me almost 20 years to get that joke.
Wow.
And then doesn't Welshie like die horribly?
Yes.
Wow.
And he screams out,
It took you 20 years to get that joke.
it just never clicked.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I remember we were talking about Toy Story in one of my old jobs, and all of a sudden this guy went, "Hold the phone." We went, "What?" He went, "I just figured it. Rex is called Rex because he's a T-Rex." I'm like, "Yeah."
Ugh.
He's like, "I never knew that." I'm like, "Oh." I was like,
I do wonder.
do you know Mr. Potato Head is called Mr. Potato Head because he is in fact a Mr. Potato
He has
Head?
a goddamn potato for a head.
I thought it was empty.
Wow.
Oh, I do have a drawer for carrot sticks.
Honestly, I was expecting some, more obscure reference or something,
It's
He's
so
He's
fun.
called Welshie because he's from Wales.
Well, from this country, definitely in high school, I didn't know that the Welsh came from Wales. So I didn't know you called someone from Wales Welsh.
It's all right. I was on a stream. What piece is it?
No, we don't call them Welsh. We call them inbred.
I was I was in the stream. Sorry, in a chat on the stream with Cajun, and he said that Crago is from Welsh. I was like, no, I'm from Wales. I am Welsh. What was that?
That article I pulled up about Bracedout's Howard just started playing something.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry
I
about
hate
that.
when that happens. I'm sitting there talking to my wife, and all of a sudden something starts playing like, "No, untie me! Let me out of your basement!"
There you go. Mrs. Crackle says the real Ghostbuster figures I've seen going for over £300 unboxed. Yeah. And that's the new Diamond Select ones, which come out about 2-3 years ago. That's how quickly they went up in value.
Wow.
I took mine out. I did take my real Ghostbuster figures out because I just wanted, honestly, to play with them and post because it was like capturing my childhood,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it was last year I started collecting Black Series, but I'm limiting myself to only getting characters that I want rather than getting a collection, if that makes sense. That's how I'm trying to justify it to myself that I'm not just collecting it. I'm getting characters that I want. And those ones I'm
am with Star Wars minifigures. If you're in the sequel trilogy,
yeah, and I'm keeping those in the box as well. But I gotta say, at the moment, the 3 lines of figures that I bought recently was Star Wars Black Series, the Ghostbusters Plasma Series, and the Marvel Legends, and they're all done by Hasbro. And Hasbro are just knocking it out of the park. But also, just the way they're conducting themselves as a company recently, compared to, say, Lego, is just mind-boggling. Like, they did Hasbro Pulse, which is basically like their version of Lego Con, and it was so great, so well-rehearsed, so informative. It told you exactly what it wanted. It had genuine surprises. It had, it didn't feel cringy or like, it was just so...
Was it made for a preschool audience to get all the kids excited for Christmas presents?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
But that's the thing, like, who was LegoCon designed for? Because, the people who are watching it are going to be, teen and adult fans of Lego, but it was kind of done as if you were a preschool. But then if you're preschool, you're not going to sit there and watch that all day. Your parents aren't going to let you anyway, do you know what I mean? It's just, LegoCon was a freaking disaster. But Hasbro Pulse are knocking it out of the park at the moment with the stuff they're producing.
Yeah.
I can tell Jacob's not buying it, but he's not even into minifigures, so I don't think he'd be into action figures.
Wait, what?
Joe doesn't like minifigures.
Oh,
yeah,
I
I don't. And I don't like action figures. So?
Yeah. I don't know. Space Time seemed shocked by that revelation.
Well, you said Jacob doesn't like minifigures. That's why.
Yeah, I thought you said Jacob, and I'm like, is he talking about me?
Did I say Jacob?
I think you said Jacob.
I apologize. I meant Joe.
No, you're good. You're good. I just was confused.
I mean, you've got enough letters in your name to make Jacob, but
Almost, yeah. No, you could. Yep. Yep. Not almost. Definitely.
I'm sorry, Jacob. Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah. Okay, should I change my screen name?
I think you've just got Jacob on your mind, Craggle.
There was one of my child members is called David Austin, and I was talking about him, and I kept calling him Dustin. So I just took his first initial and basically replaced it with the first letter of his last name. I just started calling him Dustin rather than David Austin.
David Austin.
I'm telling you, I think I've got that memory disease.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
ADD.
I can't remember the name of it.
Oh,
I don't think I have enough.
So I have a drawer that's dedicated to like the horns and the tooths and the squiggle, all that kinds of stuff. And I can't find it. I just touched it yesterday, and I don't know where I moved it.
Touched it yesterday.
And then I just found out I had a drawer of two drawers that had 2x3 plates in them, and I'm like, so I can open up a new drawer for a new part.
How do you guys organize your parts? Because I'm trying to come up with a new way.
Jacob says Alzheimer's. That's not memory disease. Why would you mention that?
That is a memory disease. It's
bring it up.
Cognitive impairment.
I've started organizing my parts, and I mean properly now, because now I have my own space and place for Lego. That's not already just like in a couple of screwdriver boxes or screw boxes around the room. I can actually start planning it out. So, yeah, there's a lot of... That's all of the orange.
Okay.
You do know that Mars is called the red planet, right?
Yeah, but it's more of a rusty...
I know, I just wanted to...
And then there's all of that stuff over there that's being sorted as well.
Reef. All your phallic symbols just pointing skyward. It just kind of makes me feel uncomfortable.
Says you.
It says you, mate. All of yours are pointing skyward as well. I mean,
it's like a freaking fertility temple in there.
I'm not going to lie, Joe. There is a bit of whose is bigger going on here, and clearly it's yours.
Well,
not just bigger, just the continuity, the quantity of it.
I know he's got so many,
and also a lot of mine have phallic symbols attached to other phallic symbols, like in groups, and I don't know what to think about that.
That's because you were outdone by Dante.
So basically, what you're saying is you have a cluster of cocks.
Oh boy.
See, now what's he going to bring out? Oh, he's bringing the MLB. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so like this
Don't
one.
drop it. Don't drop it.
Drop it. Drop it.
No drop test.
Look, I can go like this, and it just keeps going and going.
I found it.
Going and going.
If only that was what happened in real life, eh, Joe?
Huh? What?
I'm curious about, is it what they call the launchins or the red scaffolding you got behind you?
The LUT, Launch Umbilical Tower.
Are those Lego or are they something else? Or
Yes, they are Lego.
that's cool. I don't remember seeing those before. Are they a new addition or?
Oh no, that's kind of what made me Lego famous. Can I say that?
Oh, so you're
Yeah,
famous now, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is known in the Lego rocket community.
Is he known? Is he known? Is he for
He is.
having a large
for those
collection of
things,
large
yeah.
iconic objects?
Yeah.
If you say Joe Chambers, people go, "I love that guy."
I love that guy. And if you're Valerie Roche, you go, I hate that guy. He stole my design.
Who's that?
No one. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Valerie. Don't send me an email saying I stole your design.
Valerie.
If she stumbles across this, mate, you're done for.
I know.
Valerie.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Jacob says, "Wow, it's huge." That's what she said.
Woo! Yeah. So that's what I'm working on the instructions for right now. Craggle are the actually this version right here. If they weren't so hard to move, I'd bring it over and show you. And if my camera weren't on a wire, I'd also do the same. But
let's see if we can make it. There you go, Craggle. Now I can see it a bit better.
Oh yeah, they look cool.
I could possibly get out of the camera's way. No.
By the way, actually, kind of on topic, but also off topic. Has anyone heard from Scott yet? I'm getting worried now.
I've heard from Scott in weeks.
I had a phone call with him the other day.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. He is alive
Yeah.
then.
So he was in town briefly, and then he had to go back cross country, do something for his daughter for like another week, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, very busy man.
Yeah,
There you go, Craggle. In the private chat. Actually, you know what? I could probably send that out to the full chat. I don't know how to do that. Never mind. There we are.
Wow, that is very, very sexy. Who photographed that for you?
A buddy of mine that I used to be in a band with.
I was going to say it can't be Space Time because they're decent photos. I'm joking.
No. In that
the pain. Then I'm sorry, Space Time. I was joking. I want you to laugh. That's all.
the guy who did that, his name's Austin Lindsay. He's an amazing photographer. He's the guy in my old band's music video who has the long hair and who's playing guitar. Like
okay.
Anything he does, he like
He excels.
he doesn't half-ass anything. He's a full-ass kind of guy. Like he goes for it.
Full-ass kind of guy.
So he was an amazing guitarist. He's an amazing photographer. Yeah. So he did those
amazing lover
photos
by
for
the
me.
sounds of it.
What was that?
He's an amazing lover by the sounds of it.
Ooh, I can only imagine.
Space Time, I'm sorry. I was only joking with you.
Oh no, you're fine.
I wanted you to laugh. I just saw like this wince on your face. I just felt like the pain.
Ooh.
Okay, Joe couldn't afford me.
Oh. How do I share that link in the full chat, Sam?
I think only mods can share links in there.
Okay.
You have to go to the YouTube, the actual stream, and put it in there.
Hmm.
Sam should be able to do it.
As if it lets it go. It might let it go, it might not.
It's a Flickr site. It's not like a wait. No, you can probably do some pretty bad stuff on Flickr.
I was going to say, I mean, I always thought the name was suspect because if someone told me to Flickr, I'd be thinking something else. Like, you know.
Down boy.
Once again, I'd like to point out, I'm 39. I'm a father, ostensibly an adult. I'm sitting here talking about toys, and I'm snacking on ramen.
What's wrong with ramen?
Snacks.
The Mrs.
Yes.
Ramen.
I don't know. This is just like college stuff to do.
You know, the more I look at that thing behind you, Sam, the more I think that you've tried and failed to make a bat symbol, and it's kind of gone lopsided.
Yeah.
Come on, Craggle. You know me. I don't fail.
Or it's a
And
half peace sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if Sam fails, he fails spectacularly, so at least it's fun to watch.
So
Joe.
There was an attempt.
I wanted to show how I sort my minifig weapons.
Okay.
So I basically have 3 different drawers. I have one drawer for projectiles, which is like bows and arrows and guns. And then another drawer for like edge weapons for like swords, knives, and spears. And then the last drawer is for ultimate weapons, where I have infinity stones.
Multiples of Infinity Stones.
The one ring from Lord of the Rings, and the Green Lantern
Awesome.
ring. So it's like just a escalation of force.
So I have a very similar container for minifigure utensils and weapons and everything, and I've labeled it "Parts Good Only for Greebling Spaceships."
Parts of Skylab.
It's yeah.
Which, speaking of which, I've actually got to rebuild those. Now that I'm in my new place, I can see them. They're crying at me.
Oh, and I've got to send you a couple of these, buddy.
Oh, yes.
Thanks to Spacetime for the design. Dude, I've actually used this design a bunch, so thank you very much.
I know you really got your money's worth there.
Yeah, I did pay you.
I know. You're getting a lot of mileage on it.
Yeah.
You
I
sound
was
resentful
gonna
about
pay
that.
someone to actually do a different logo, but then I kept looking at that and I'm like, no, that's perfect. Why would I change that at all?
What were you saying, Craggle?
I don't know.
I think he was making a comment about me sounding resentful.
Oh yeah, that was it. Do you know what? Actually, Sam, do you reckon we should talk about the Studgate controversy on here, or should we keep that private for now?
Wait, there's
No, let's talk about it. Let's get other people's opinions.
I haven't heard of a Studgate controversy.
Okay, so should I go first, Sam?
Yeah, crack on, mate.
Okay, so I don't remember exactly how it came about, but I mentioned to Sam that he should build a Lego Stargate mock. And part of the way that I convinced him to go ahead and build this was that I said, if you design the build, I'll design some minifigures to go with it. And then I'll basically use my contacts at minifigs.me and see if they will print the figures so we can actually have a physical set to go with it. And I checked with them and they were up for it. And Sam designed the mock and I designed the minifigures. And as part of the thing to basically get them made and part of the deal was that minifigs.me could sell them as custom minifigures on their website. And with a link back to me, and I would also promote them and promote Sam Jones's instructions for this Stargate mock. So basically, I did a video saying you can buy the instructions for the mock here from Sam Jones and get the minifigures from here. Now, a little while after my video went live, I had an email from someone who was kind of like, "Oh, you've done a Stargate as well. I've done a Stargate. I put it on Lego Ideas. Check it out." I had a look. Personally, I preferred the one that Sam designed, but there was a couple of red flags in the email that told me this person hadn't really checked out our version. And they were just kind of self-promoting. So I just kind of didn't respond to it because I do get a few messages and emails all the time. I've got time to reply to all of them, and that didn't really require a response, I felt. Then during my honeymoon, it came to light that this person was using the minifigures I designed as part of their Lego Ideas submission. And I found out that they didn't even pay for these minifigures. They had got them from minifigs.me. And then minifigs.me have said to me the mistake was theirs. They were contacted by this guy and they thought that he was Sam. They thought he was the guy that I collaborated with. So they sent him a free set of minifigures. But at no point did he correct them and say, "Oh, actually, no, I'm not the guy. Cut the Craggle doesn't know me. You know, I didn't work with him on this." And nowhere on his submission did he credit me or Sam while using the figures. Now, yes, they are commercially available to purchase, but they're meant for personal use, not to be used in a fan project on Lego Ideas. In fact, I think there's a rule where you can't use third-party customs in your submission. The stuff that's readily available to buy.
I think you're right.
But anyway, it was upsetting because I felt a little bit like, even though I hadn't done anything, I felt like I let Sam down because this really is kind of like a competitor to Sam's own model, So we can't. We talked when he fixed up me, and I said, "Can you please, ask the guy to take them down, because he's not credited, he's not using them, anyway, and they weren't designed for him. I don't mind people buying them and having them in the collection, but it's time because, they were on the photographs and stuff with his model. If you were like a casual, person on the web, you would think that they were his design because everything else is his design. Anyway, after that, then they did get taken down. I thought that was the end of it. He then contacted me. And this long-winded email trying to make out that he hadn't done anything wrong, and that he was already at approaching 6,000 supporters, so he didn't need my minifigures anyway. But if I allowed him,
things I stole from you anyway.
Yeah, if I allowed him to use them, he would give a shout out to me and Sam, and I was like, yeah, I'm not interested. So I just again didn't respond because I'd already dealt with it.
Because there's 6 different Stargates already on Lego Ideas, right?
Huh?
I'm counting there's 6 different Stargate mocks on Lego Ideas right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so this guy then has sent me 6 emails over the course of the last 6 weeks, pretty much, and they just reek of. I hate using the word, but they reek of entitlement. He's like, why are you not responding to me? I want to use these. You should get. And then one of them was, I have reached 6,000 supporters. Saying that I should get in touch with him because he's doing well, and if I want to get in on this, And finally today, whilst I was actually on Cajun's live stream on the panel, an email came through from him where he was kicking off about me not replying to him. Rather than if it was me, I would have just taken the hint. Do you know what I mean? I moved on, saying that he finds it very rude that I haven't responded to him, and then basically, if he doesn't hear back from me, he's going to use the figures with or without my blessing.
But he can't.
Well, this is it. So I called. I came off the stream. I apologized to Cajun at that. I called up Sam and we had a conversation about it. And we drafted an email, basically, in very polite terms. I feel tearing him a new asshole.
The British way.
Just to get things cleared up, Sam, you have no intentions of putting this on Ideas, right?
Absolutely none at all.
Because you want to sell instructions, because once you put something on Ideas, you cannot.
It's not yours anymore.
Yeah,
you're correct. Whereas
that's why I will never put something on Ideas.
So you're going to make more money selling your instructions.
Correct. Yeah. I'll make more money selling those instructions. In fact, I probably have already.
Because Lego's never going to make a Stargate set.
No, this is it. No. So they can do that.
And do you know how many people? Do you know how many people have said you should put your LUT on Lego Ideas? And I'm like, no, I shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't, because they already rejected one.
It's going to be a $1,500.
It's 3 years. 3 years before you can sell your own, the design on.
Yeah.
So all that's going to happen from this is he's going to get 10,000 supporters. He's going to get a consolation prize of a bunch of sets, and that's all he's going to get.
Yeah.
So,
but it's the fact that he can't, okay, someone.
I'm not justifying it at all. I'm just saying.
No. I appreciate that, but I was thinking, okay, maybe I could have sent an email saying not interested. But the thing was, his email, it was arguing so many points that when you looked at them, you're just like, well, that doesn't make sense. I couldn't be bothered to go through them all, because I knew that you can tell from the email that he'd already responded to me in a way indirectly through minifigs.me that he's not the kind of guy that would take no for an answer. He'd keep at you with a different explanation. So I thought ignoring him would actually put it to bed. But instead, he's just hounded me. And then he commented on one of my videos. And this is the hilarious part. I didn't respond to the comment. Sam Jones did. And he put 3 ghost emojis as a response. And this guy has come at me and gone, oh, some other person has replied, but you haven't. So he's still not aware that Sam Jones is the person who did the other Stargate, even though in his original email, he was like, I'm fans of you both. You can't be, because you don't even know who Sam Jones is. Like, his email had so many contradictions. It was like, oh, I really think you did a great job designing the Stargate. I really enjoyed your video. Well, if you watched the video, you know that I didn't design the Stargate. Sam did. I designed the minifigures that go with me. You know, it was like a space-time study watched one of my videos where he probably looked at the first 10 seconds and then blagged the rest, you know?
Yeah, he's looked at it literally sounded like this guy literally looked at the thumbnail and gone, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Skipped ahead to the minifigures and then just gone, yeah, I gotta get me some of those. I'll pretend to be the guy.
Like, I'm not the biggest.
I don't know what his big deal is. It's like, why doesn't he just design his own figures?
Well, he's done some purist customs that he's used.
I'm looking at them right now.
And like, in one email, he was like, "Oh, this is, they're nothing compared to your ones." We're like, okay, but if Lego do it, they're gonna do it anyway. I don't really understand it. It's almost like he's a dog with a bone. I think it's gone beyond him wanting to use my minifigures now, and he just feels like he's entitled to sort of win this, if that makes sense,
It's that, and plus he wants to give the illusion that he created this awesome thing when using figures that you didn't design. Because it's like me taking the figures from our Scooby-Doo CMF thing and posting them on my Instagram and being like, look at these awesome things I made. When it's like, I did none of the graphic work. All I did was make it look good in a 3D environment.
I mean, in all fairness, though, you would still have more right than he does.
Exactly.
Because you at least, part of the collaboration. He's in no way been part of this.
Oh, yeah. Very true, very true. But it's like, I'm just saying, on the level that I've worked on that project, I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing that,
No, but that's because you're a good person, which I'm thinking.
I forgot that.
You know what? Let's not go that far.
Yeah, okay. That's a broad judgment. That's just my limited experience with this.
I think you're projecting a little bit with the good person thing.
Well, they're saying that Sam's a good person.
Joe,
Sam's a good person.
Don't you remember the 2 nights on my couch?
If you were a real friend, you would have let him share your bed with you.
Oh my words! What he's not telling you is the 2 nights on his couch. They were both on the couch.
Yeah, I still have PTSD from that, Peter. I've been going to counseling.
So, funny story. My bed is now half the size that it used to be. I literally cut my mattress in half so I could fit it into a smaller room.
That's so funny.
But no, we sent him an email. Where
I like that you're calling it Studgate. That is hilarious.
We sent him an email that basically I went over with Sam. I did send a quick screenshot of it to Mrs. Craggle, who was out at the time, and she gave it the nod of approval as well. Just make sure I wasn't coming across as too much of an ass.
Thanks, Mrs. Craggle.
We just broke down his points, threw them back at him because they made no sense, and we politely told him that if he does go ahead and uses the figures again, what we'll do is we'll contact Lego Ideas moderators because, I don't own a copyright to Stargate or anything, but it's just bad to actually take someone else's designs and try and fob them off as your own. And the thing is, as we've already said, it's not even right anyway. You can't go and buy, I could go and buy a custom minifigure from Firestar Toys or minifigures.com and put that in a Lego Ideas submission because it's something that, a third party, in many sense, a Lego competitor, if you want to be, on their project. Lego don't allow that. So, yeah.
No. Without knowing anything about this guy, Sam, your model looks great. His model looks great too. they're both great representations. You know, they have their pros and cons, and it's like, you know, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just saying.
I was waiting for some point here.
They're just like, his was built to be a display piece on a shelf, and yours looks like it's to be integrated into a larger room for a larger mock. Is like,
well, mine is. Mine is there to be expanded upon.
Yeah,
and you know, the good thing with the one thing I really do like with mine that I kind of played with for Mrs. Craggle because she asked nicely was the ability you can obviously swap out the orange bricks to change your gate so it can be an Atlantis gate if you really wanted it to be. Which for some Stargate fans, and as I've already had a comment on my Etsy store about it, that one guy wants to be able to do that and has asked me how. I'm like, well, maybe I should have. Yeah, yeah. The guy commented and goes, "This is amazing. Have you thought about how can we get this to an Atlantis gate as well?" So they're going, funny you mentioned that, dude. This has been thought of.
Okay. Just don't have any scope creep, okay? Because I started out designing the LUT for Skylab, and then all of a sudden, a few months later, I had the Skylab version, the Apollo 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 version, and now 2 years later, I finally have the milk stool versions. So just don't listen to everyone saying, I want the Apollo 15 version. I want the Stargate from episode 17 of season 3. Because it's colored different.
So in reality, I'm kind of good there because it's really only, there's like 4 different Stargates. So that's not an issue. That's if you include the one that was in the original movie, which didn't have the coloured chevrons.
Also, I really resent that impression of my wife. Thank you, Joe.
No, I would have done it in a really crappy British accent. Hello.
What the hell is that?
Hello.
Oh wow!
That is definitely a Monty Python voice.
What?
That is a Monty Python
that's
voice.
what I'm going for. Is hello. There's some lovely filth over here, Dennis.
It sounds like an American trying to do Bonnie Python, though. It doesn't sound.
I am
like
Arthur,
Really?
King of the Britain.
That's because it is.
I know, but that's the problem with you Americans. You always sound like an American doing the accent rather than just that person.
But me understanding that's half of what's funny to me is like, oh, that sounds awful. So it is
a phenomenon though that the fact that the American actors just struggle so much with European accents.
No doubt, man. Again, our country is huge. We have a hard time doing accents from different parts of our own country.
It's when I looked at the cast for Red Dead Redemption and realized that the vast majority of people in there are English or British. They're from mostly England, from Scotland, Ireland, and Wales as well, but mostly England. And they're all doing like these vintage Western style accents. It's just.
I think that's the thing I heard is like that's true because we've talked about this before. Like British actors actually go through acting school, like a lot of acting school, whereas American actors, half of them are just like, "Hey, you got huge titters. Why don't we put you on screen?"
Huge titters.
Oh, you can
I'm
leave
sorry.
private
Are we supposed to
feedback.
be? I'm sorry. Let's see. Huge sweater puppies. How about that? Or
not just the men, not just the men.
Hold on.
And the children too.
Hold on. This is my wheelhouse. What did Emily call them? Hush plushies.
Huh.
I've heard them called hush puppies before.
No, hush plushies.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think Joe's a little bit broken.
I am, to be honest with you. Oh.
It doesn't take much. The amount of social contact he's had in this past hour and 20 minutes is probably more than he's had all week.
Yep. You know, it's really fun being a stay-at-home dad for a couple months, but I think I'm ready to not
To go back outside and see
to
the
go
world.
back outside.
Do you know what, dude? You can just open your door later, sit out on your porch, and just go, nope, I'm not ready for this.
Sit on your
I
porch.
had a good 45-minute conversation with my neighbor the other day. We were talking about kids.
Is there anything more American than sitting on the porch, though?
No, there isn't. Oh, no. Guns.
Sit on the porch with a shotgun.
Have you seen the Rubik's Cube on Lego Ideas that hit 10,000 in like under a week?
Really? No.
I heard about it. I haven't checked it out myself.
It's by Puzzle Lego on YouTube. It's a working Rubik's Cube. It's phenomenal.
That sounds
It's a
really
3x3?
What's that?
It's a 3x3?
Yeah, 3x3 cube.
Because I saw someone do a 2x2. And I was like, that's not a real Rubik's Cube.
The inner core is impressive.
The minifig who says, was Craggle talking about someone who has a rank in their name? Perhaps.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sam just goes, yeah.
No filter me, mate.
So
He knows.
I'm looking at my minifig scale Batmobiles, and I really want to get the 89 version. That was just that promo that was available.
Well,
And
do you know that Jacob Neely actually has custom instructions for a modified version of that?
I'll have to check those out as well.
They are actually he's posted a link to them for free in the members only Discord.
I will have to check that out. But I did a quick it's going to be less than $40 to get all the pieces, so it's best to do that instead of trying to.
Yeah, the only thing exclusive about it, I believe, is the sticker.
Yeah,
or, I guess the instructions and box, But in terms of parts, it's all readily available pieces.
I think I can just find a copy of the sticker and print it.
Yeah. Wait,
why would you do that? Stickers aren't necessary.
No, it's just because all the other ones have plaques.
Printed bricks.
What you can do is you should, if you're gonna get custom printed, is actually have it printed on.
I would have to see. I don't know if my printer would do something that's like copyrighted, that's licensed.
Okay.
So that's why I would just print the sticker at home.
Oh, do you mean a person?
Wait.
Yeah, not like the thing you have sitting on your desk.
Yeah, when you said printer, I thought you meant the machine. I was like, the machine is just there, like crossing its arms, going, "I refuse."
I don't
I
think
will not print this.
Oh no! I mean, just a person who I've done custom brick printing through. I don't know if they would print licensed images. Like if you want to go print custom T-shirts, it's like you can't just give them a photo of Bugs Bunny and they'll print it. They'll be like, "Yeah."
Jacob says something about the sticker. I'm not sure if he's offering to give you the part that has the sticker on it. I'm not sure.
What am I looking for? That one.
I don't know, but I'm getting hungry.
But yeah, I mean, Jacob, if you have
got some ramen here.
If you have a Bricklink store or something, maybe I'll do it that way. But we'll see.
Bricklink.
I've spent far too much time on Bricklink recently.
Seriously. I made a comment to my wife the other day. I was like, after building Launch Complex 39, like I made the comment of like, I've only made 2 Bricklink orders this month. And that is fascinating to me. because like getting that thing ready, it was like if I went out to the mailbox and didn't have 2 packages there, I got disappointed. For about a month there, it was just like a constant stream of boxes.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't done Bricklink order in ages because I usually when I do my mocks, and my arcade mock was going to be this year, and it started off to a strong start, but it's fallen by the wayside. So hopefully next year I'll get back on that because I'm trying to do
an arcade.
Yeah, I was doing like the modular creator expert buildings. So I was trying to do an arcade version of that. My own design, and I've done the first floor, and I'm kind of taking inspiration from, I guess, a couple of different arcades, but one in particular that used to be around when I was a kid that is no longer there. But it's just one of those things where in my head I know what I want. It's just I can't decide whether from this point on I want to go into like a digital designer program and like SortIO or LDD and design it that way. So I only order the parts I need. Or if I just want to keep on as I have done so far and just like, freestyling it.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with freestyling is if you get to a point and you haven't got the part that you want in your head, you have to wait then till Bricklink comes, and then when that comes, then you're like, oh great, I'll move on one step. Oh wait, I need this part now.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I totally recommend the studio route.
Same here.
I've done one before when I did my iZombie Morgue mock. I did that in LDD first. But
LDD.
I've
just done like freestyle. Oh, is that the hairpiece you're gonna paint?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow and film it while I do it.
I just want to say that you have to credit me at least 3 times in your video when you show that off. For the inspiration.
Actually, I was gonna say it was like divine inspiration. I'm like so creative, and I'm always coming up. And I was gonna put it up on Lego Ideas and be like, "Hey, I did this." I know Star Wars is licensed and everything, but the next time you make Fennec Shand minifigure, you're gonna have to pay me for it.
Do you know what? I love how we can joke about this already.
So
I remember, do you know what? It actually made my day how impressed you were when I mentioned that. Like, because I in my head thought that hairpiece would be perfect for her, and then when you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that," it gave me that warm, glowy feeling,
I just held off on it because I didn't want to, because I wanted to keep my original Elsa figure intact, just in case, just so I have it.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's been so hard to find this figure locally, like at all the secondhand places, because it's Elsa,
Yeah, it was one of the ones that was massively in demand, wasn't it? Yeah.
So, and I was just at this new pop-up shop. I have no idea where this guy gets. He was selling sets at retail prices, so it was making me a little sketched. But anyway, I just randomly asked him, like, "Hey, do you have an Elsa figure?" And he like dug through his tote under the table and like handed it to me.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
it is though the perfect hairpiece for her, right? Though
Yeah,
if they did that in black, I'm hoping with the Book of Boba Fett, when we eventually do get sets based on our series, they do a version of that because the mold is perfect for her.
And what character are you doing?
Fennec Shand from the Mandalorian.
basically Boba Fett's assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ming-Na Wen.
Yeah.
Now, how stunning is she, by the way? Like, how? She's in the 50s. Like, does she not age? I have this theory they must like vacuum pack her in between like work or something,
It's like, I mean, from the 1.5 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched, like, she was my favorite,
She was the original Mulan as well. Do you know that?
Yeah, yep.
She was the original what?
Mulan.
Oh.
The voice actor.
They should have had. They gave her a cameo in the live action one, and I honestly think they should have made her the mum and given her a bigger part. But the film was so crap. I don't think.
Yeah, I watched 5 minutes of the live action one and shut it off. It's like,
so bad. It's
the only one I've sat all the way through was Beauty and the Beast, and I'm like, I can't believe I watched all that.
Imagine they basically put Rey in Mulan from Rise of Skywalker. That's basically it.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's weird because they said they weren't going to have Mushu the dragon because they wanted to do a more grounded version. But then they have things like phoenixes. They have a witch in there. Basically, Mulan has their depiction of Chi has got so much crap in Asia because it's not like it's not the concept of Chi. It's basically just the Force. She has the Force, basically.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, and like, do you know how before, like, she goes off to war because her dad is disabled? You know, he got a war injury from the last Great War, and she doesn't want him to like die, so she takes his place. That is only part of the reason. The main driving force for her to go to war in this one is because she was trained up until like the age of 10 to be a warrior by her father because he had no sons, and then she was told she can't do that because she's a girl, so she wants to prove that girls can fight.
Okay.
Yeah, this totally removes the emotional.
The emotional weight.
Yeah, it just seems so less noble as well. Like the fact that she, went through all that to save her father's life is now just done to like, hey, girl power, you know?
I mean, and that's a worthy reason, but don't split it. Like,
yeah.
So with the Book of Boba Fett trailer, did you see what's that character called? Bomar Monk, the little spider thing at the beginning.
Do you know what? I watched the reaction the Star Wars Theory did to that, and I couldn't believe that he didn't know what those were.
Oh, wow.
Especially when he says that his favorite film is Return of the Jedi, and he was like, I feel like I've seen that before. What's that from? And then when he did a video afterwards, but he only referenced a little bit, like there's a bit more of a backstory in the old expanded universe. And I was amazed because he didn't know what it was. Nerd Theory wasn't that clued up, and they also had a stream where they had someone else on there. And like he was like, "Oh, I thought it was like the size of a spider. I didn't realize it was like a giant thing with a human brain in there."
So that Bomar Monk and Salacious B. Crumb are the last two characters I need from Jabba's palace.
Okay.
oh,
I know I have all the figures there. Salacious is like $30.
Yeah, he's only in that set, in that version.
Yeah,
I took my Jabba's Palace set down just because I couldn't display it anywhere, but I'm so glad I did get that because that has gone up in value again now.
And then Bomar Monk, you can make, those are all common pieces. You could probably make them for $1.
What's interesting though is that when Star Wars 3 did a breakdown of that, he was talking about how the bomber monks are, they're monks who originally inhabited the building which became Jabba's palace, and they believe that the way to true enlightenment was
Entitlement?
entitlement.
That's the words. I can't speak tonight.
No, I'm joking.
No, that's fine. I'm struggling. I'm tripping over my own words. But anyway, it was basically to remove all physical sensation. So they just got rid of their bodies and put their brains in these robotic spiders things.
Whoa.
The thing is, the one that we see in Return of the Jedi, in the old continuity, the expanded one with the books, I remember I had a book about like all the monsters and stuff in there. They said the one you see isn't a Bomar monk. In fact, it's an old enemy of Jabba. And what he did is he had the Bomar monks perform procedure unwillingly on this guy so that he would live forever without any sensations, without...
Whoa.
And I read that, and then about a week after I had that sort of like, it was, like a Star Wars non-fiction type thing, like a fact file thing. I read a book where Han and Luke go to Jabba's palace to find this lost artifact. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they go there and they find the Bomar monk sort of on his own, and he's like, well, who's laughing now, Jabba? I roam, this is my palace now. Now, obviously, that's not going to be in continuity, but I was surprised that no one mentioned that. They were talking about like the role they had in the old EU, and no one brought that up. Like the fact that this guy basically was kind of, I guess, lobotomized, for lack of better words, by Jabba to show, like, how evil he was.
No, not lobotomized. Lobotomy like takes away your feelings, like
this
emotional
is like
feelings. This
I was
would
trying to
be
think
like
of better words. I don't know what.
okay, like
Yeah, I don't think there is a word for it.
No, there isn't.
No.
Taking away all of your senses.
It's pretty messed up, right?
Yeah, that is pretty messed up.
So
You know what? This is not a kids-friendly stream. I'll say that's pretty fucked up.
I mean,
I'll go there. That's fucked up. And now I'm mad. Oh. Okay, I'm done.
Thanks, Jacob. I'll take a look.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Book of Boba Fett. People complain the trailer was boring. I thought it was fine. Like I didn't expect it to loads.
Yeah,
it had enough of a tease of action in there. And also, the one thing that I've seen a lot of reaction videos get caught up on is the whole thing where he says, "Has everyone seen the teaser, by the way, for Book of Boba Fett?"
I haven't, but you can go ahead and talk about it.
He says that Jabba ruled by fear. I'm going to rule by respect, and people have taken that to mean that he's not going to punish people like Jabba did, or he's not going to execute anyone. To me, that didn't say that at all. To me, that just meant like Jabba sat like on his fat ass and got other people to do his dirty work for him.
Yeah,
he's going to go out and do it himself. He'll still take you down and kill you if you disrespect him or whatever. But he'll do it himself rather than feed you to a rancor or get someone else to kill you. You know?
Yeah, I took that as like I'm a Corleone. You know.
Yeah,
I did definitely get some Godfather vibes from that. I gotta be honest.
So
Jacob has just shared his design for the 89 Batmobile with you.
Thanks.
I thought that was already in the mock builds on Discord.
I think he just shared it again.
Oh, Spacetime is a member again. Yay!
So no, I was just I was pointing my camera towards my Java's Palace area where I got.
Oh, sorry. See, this is the interesting thing, though, is that when I bought the set, a lot of people were asking, will we ever get another Jabba's Palace? And I said no, because of the controversy that happened with the last one. There was this whole thing about people saying it looked like a mosque. Yeah, I mean, I get what they're saying, but really, what it was is that it looked like the building in the film, and in the film, it was based on sort of Middle Eastern architecture.
okay.
You know, it wasn't particularly based on a place of religious worship or whatever. And they were saying that it was Islamophobic and stuff. So the set kind of quietly got taken off the shelves a little bit earlier than it perhaps would have been. But now it's obviously going to feature so heavily in this new season.
Don't forget about Starship Leia.
Oh yes, you mean Hut Slayer?
No, Starship Leia.
Why is she called Starship Leia?
Because Boba Fett Starship.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can't say that word anymore.
I got you. I've heard them call her. They call her the Hut Slayer.
Yeah, that's a good name.
That's a good name. We definitely will get that minifigure, but I do think we'll get something of Jabba or Boba's new palace, but I think it won't have like an exterior. It'll be something like the Mandalorian Forge, where it's just an interior throne room. Just an interior space with some walls.
Did you see the poster that Lego released?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
So people are thinking that throne is probably going to end up in the set.
It could just be a render they did for that poster just to sort of promote it, though.
Well, according to a prestigious Lego Star Wars YouTuber, it's definitely happening.
Oh, is that Ryan?
Yeah.
It's funny, though, because he says that, and then when people, like, say, oh, there's a build for this in the trailer for the Star Wars video game, he's like, that's not a set. And then Lego do a poster, just like a recreation of the normal Star Wars poster. He's like, that's definitely a set. And I was kind of like, Yeah, I don't know. I won't disagree with him on that. I'm not saying we won't get a throne room set. I think that's a dead cert. I just don't think that is it. I think that was just done for that poster.
Yeah. I can't speculate because I never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But
and if you speculate too hard, they'll sue you.
Yeah. So I got to go get lunch and I got to go to work. So,
Okay.
But,
Timer.
if you guys are available, same time on Monday-ish, or actually, did we say a little bit later?
I think we
a little bit later, didn't we, on Monday?
9 or 9:30 UK time. I think works better.
Yeah.
I love hearing someone say 9:30. That's awesome.
So 9:30.
Yeah, no one says that around here. So
really, what do they say?
Like 9:30. That's what we'll say. It's just 9:30, or we'll say quarter after 9 or quarter before.
Half past. rarely, but
very rarely someone will say half-past.
but yeah, Monday, the Batman,
Ooh.
and
So you bought, just to check, you did buy another set for me, and you sent them over, right?
oh, of course, yeah.
Of course. What kind of dumb question is that?
I keep hoping that I'm going to get a message off you one day and go, hey, guess what arrived? And it's the War Machine figure.
Yeah, I still check the mailbox thinking it might happen. I just checked. People are selling that War Machine like at least $30 on eBay.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I was so chuffed when I got that for you.
Chuff. I love that.
Bloody freaking postal service.
Well, Sam, thanks for having me. And we're going to have our time change tonight. So we'll be, once again, 7 hours apart.
Oh, no. Is it daylight savings tonight?
Well, I think we're getting rid of the savings. So we're going back to
Right. Yeah.
Wait, no. Is it going into summer because you save time for the winter? So
no, it's standard time we're going back to because right now we're on daylight time.
Well, there wouldn't be savings then, would it? Because the whole idea is that savings is to get as much daylight as possible.
Yeah. Do you know how many comedians have made jokes about this that you're saying right now?
Oh, okay.
Nothing's saved; it's always spent. So, but anyway,
I don't think the system works anyway. I think it's
It doesn't.
we should abandon it in the UK because you know what happens is during the immediate week after the clocks changing at both times in the UK, there is a massive increase in the number of household accidents, road accidents, and just like general injuries and stuff because people do like take time to adjust to it. It screws them up.
Yep.
What are you going to do? It's like a decades old or centuries old tradition. I'm not going to get rid of it now. Probably not centuries, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on Space Time.
yeah, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.
See you, dude.
Catch you
Later. Oh, thank Christ he's gone. What? I'm kidding. I love Peter. He's awesome. And I really did have a fun time going up there to Idaho and spent the weekend with him. That was really fun. Oh
my God!
What?
Yeah, the person has replied.
Oh no! My anxiety is almost triggering. Like I don't even want to know what he's saying.
Oh my word!
Oh no!
He's like put quotations in his email. He's like put.
Has he really?
Yeah, it's like freaking 4 pages long.
Oh man! So Craggle, you know what this reminds me of? I was in a band called. What did we call it? Freaking. Anyway, I was in a like a crappy cover band for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And we had a name, and some guy contacted us and said, "Hey, I've already copywritten that name. You either need to pay me $700 or you need to change your name." And we're like, "We're freshman college students. We're going to do neither of those."
Wow.
Yeah. I can't remember the name because it was a crappy band. Craggle's out, Sam. He's.
I'm just reading it. Oh, why don't you?
Yeah, go for it, man.
People making wild accusations. He's told me.
What does he want?
He clearly wants Craggle's firstborn child.
You know what? At some points this last week, they could have had mine.
Has he been keeping you on your toes?
Oh, Clark's a good kid 90% of the time, but there ain't no fixing the fact that he's 4.5 years old.
I love this. How is one supposed to know you want to shun someone if you don't tell them? The fact that I haven't responded.
Ask him if he dates anyone.
Too, right?
How is? Please, does he use the word one? How is one? Oh my word! He thinks he's properly British.
Yeah.
Oh my word! And to be clear, there was no badgering. Well, I've shown that the email chain to multiple people, and badgering was the most common term that came up when they described it. So, you know, that's a collective response there.
Oh, boy.
This dude, man.
Like I said to him, I feel like he's trying to win something, you know? It's beyond him wanting to use the minifigures now. He wants to win some sort of argument with me. When I didn't really want to engage with him, that's why I didn't respond. And now he's done like this whole thing. At the end, I'm just skipping past a little bit. At the end, he's put, so to recap, I am not a harasser, nor a liar, nor a deceiver. I don't remember saying he was a liar. I said that I do not appreciate the harassment because he's sending me 6 emails, commenting on my videos and stuff. I would actually appreciate an apology for those unfounded accusations.
Oh my God.
Craggle, it sounds like you made a friend for life, mate.
Baby. Poor kid. Oh, I learned real hard not to engage with people earlier this year. Oh. Sam, I told you about this one. Some dude on my Etsy site was arguing with me because he thought, like, he asked how much it costs to build my LUT. And I said, yeah, most people spend between, $1,300 and $2,000.
You go all high and mighty, wrongly claiming I am a liar. I've never said he's lied. I've never said he's a liar. And a deceiver. I did say deceive because I said, to me, you've gone by false pretenses because you may not have told them you were Sam, but when they assumed you were, you didn't tell them they were wrong. But he says, well, you're prepared to lie and deceive to get your way. What have I lied about? I haven't responded to you. This is the first time I've actually responded to you.
Wow.
Lie and deceive to get my way. What is my way? My way is to be left in peace, I am not trying to achieve anything here but to carry on with my life without any contact from this person.
This is the way.
This is the way.
That's really not a good look. I don't care what I look like to you. You've got a freaking squid on your head.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll do you what,
it's so long, Sam. I'll just forward the email to you because if I try and screenshot it, I'll be here all friggin' day. That is amazing, though. That is just this guy. Honestly, this is what I feared anyway. If when I had the whole thing come back after Minifig stopped me, said to him oh, you're not the so-and-so, can you take him down? And he emailed me again, and it was titled an apology and a proposal. It didn't come across as much of an apology. It was basically just a list of reasons why he should still have my minifigs on his project. And I just felt like if I respond to this guy, he's listed 4 or 5 different reasons. He's just going to come back and go, what about this reason? What about that reason? If I just go no, do you know what I mean? And here he is. I've told him, look, I haven't responded to you because I'm not interested. Please stop responding to me. And if you're threatening to use my designs without my permission, I will report it. And now he's come back with an essay. It's like...
And now it's time for me to read that essay.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
I will forward this now to you.
God. Oh, I mean, it's just like...
This is like you and the issues you've had, Joe.
Yeah.
But, obviously you
exactly what I didn't
want.
I didn't want this back and forth of him going, oh, but this point, and I go, no, but this point. That's why I tried to keep it quite short. My response, it was, to the point of, look, I didn't respond to your initial email because I wasn't interested. I get, other emails to respond to that, I didn't think you were respond to. And like, you don't have my permission. I don't agree with your points. Please leave me alone. That should be the end of it. Instead, he's come back with an essay. It's like 4 pages long.
So I'm just going to mute myself because I've just read the first paragraph and I pissed myself. So I'm going to mute myself whilst I continue and you carry on the conversation.
So Craggle, you read that.
You tell me about your experience.
Listen. So I'll give you my experience as a father, because Clark is currently in the but why phase of life. and it is this, it sounds, this guy sounds so juvenile, because it's like no means no, and you asking why. Like, these are the things I say to my 4.5-year-old, you know? I said no. It's because I don't want your head to explode, literally. But I'm not going to explain that to you right now, why you can't look at the weed whacker.
Well, this is it. The thing was, like, I didn't want to get into like a whole back and forth. Like, the original email, I probably could have gone, oh, cool submission, whatever. Because the first email, he didn't ask to use my designs. He went like kind of like round me to get that.
Well, and see, that's the thing that in my brain I keep going back to is he didn't ask. He didn't ask right off the bat. He just did it.
Yeah.
I'm loving Sam. I'm loving watching Sam muted. He's just like screaming at his computer.
It's like, regardless of how it came about, the real back and forth, or the real badgering started after that email, when he'd already got his way. I hadn't responded to him because I wasn't, I was like, okay, he didn't really require a response. He wasn't even asking for anything from me. It felt like he was kind of like just self-promoting. And I looked at his project and went, okay, cool, whatever. I moved on with my life. And then in his email, the apology and a proposal, which he used the word apologize, but didn't feel like much of an apology. He listed basically all the ways where he was in the right and that he should still be able to use my minifigures, Right. And I just looked at that and went, and he was like, "Please get back in contact with me if you're okay with this." And I was like, "Nah,
no."
So I just moved on.
So if he said, "Please get back to me if you're okay with this," then you did what you wanted to do and you didn't get back to him.
Yeah, exactly. And then he kept on and on and on, and it got to a point where I was like, and the thing is, when I read that email where he listed the points, I was like, this is the kind of guy that if I engage with, he's gonna like start taking it apart, like literally what he's done, start quotation and go, "Oh, you say this, but," rather than just accepting my my wishes and accepting my response. So that's why I just like, I'm not even gonna engage with it. I moved on. Hopefully, he got it. Points. But he kept on and on. He went through different avenues. He started commenting on my video. And then, like, today, what actually spurred me to respond was the threat. He calls me I threatened him. I haven't threatened him at all. I just said that if you act out your threat, then I will report it to LEGO moderators, and then they'll do what they deem is correct.
Yeah.
The power's in their hands. I'll just make them aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
Which is he's now come back and said that, "Oh, you're threatening me" and stuff like this. There is literally nothing. All I've said that I will do is, if he does, like in his last email, what spurred me to respond to him finally was, "I'm going to use the designs anyway if I don't hear from you."
Yep. So, and what you said was like the adult response of "don't," or I will escalate it to the next step.
Yeah, there was no threat. It wasn't like, "I'm going to sue you" or "I'm going to come around and pull your ears" or anything like that. I just said, if you act upon your threat, I will just report it to LEGO Ideas moderators. Yep. That was it, because then they can take it from there. They can do what they deem worthy, whatever. And now he's saying that I'm threatening him and that I'm a liar and I'm a deceiver to get my own way. My own way is to be left alone, which I don't think is that unreasonable,
So I gotta tell you what happened to me. So my LUT plans, they're huge. They're like, they used to be 1,200 pages. I think they're like 1,600 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they're huge. It's a 9,600 piece monstrosity. And if you look around, you'll see there are some, let's call them foreign knockoff Lego manufacturers who have stolen someone else's LUT design, and they make these really, really cheap LUTs that will fit your Lego Saturn V. And so this guy contacts me and he says, hey, how much does it cost to build one of yours? If I, it sounded like he had bought my plans and was asking like, wait, why is this so expensive? Okay. And I said, this will probably cost you like $1,300 to $2,000 to build. And he started going off on me about like, you're part of the problem. You're what makes everything so expensive. Like, so that only rich people can afford these toys. And I'm like, what?
Like, what are you about?
I am not rich. Anyway, he thought he could buy one of these kits and that what I was selling was instructions to that kit. And so it was just this back and forth of him accusing me of being like this elitist piece of shit. Like, and he just kept coming back at me. And I'm like, look, this is a hobby for me. This is not my full-time job. Like, stop attacking me. And he's like, finally, he's like, or no, I said, and if you still have a problem, I'll refund you whatever you paid for my instructions. And he's like, I haven't bought your instructions. And I just cut it off. I was like, nope. And I blocked him from contacting me on Etsy. So like, it's just go fuck yourself.
Do you know what's really funny is that this guy actually did a YouTube short where he reviews the videos. I wasn't aware of this until today when Sam shared it with me. And knowing that he got these minifigures for free from minifigs.me, who thought that he was Sam, right? They gave him to him. They thought that it was Sam. When he does his review, he says, "Oh, the price is a bit much." He got them for free.
Price is a bit much.
Something like that. I'm not exactly quoting him before anyone calls on there, but he says something like, "Oh, the price is a bit steep." He then goes on and says, "Oh, you get what you paid for," but it's like you had these for free.
That was a good email, by the way. I enjoyed that. I might read it to Lady Sam as some bedtime reading.
It's stuff like this why I had a... It's stuff like this is why I took a break from Facebook. Because I was having a nervous breakdown last year, and that wasn't helping.
No.
Like, one of the things he comes back to is saying that, because I used the word entitled, and I honestly, I hate using it because I hate how it's used incorrectly, but I couldn't think of a better one. And I think, Sam, you agree with me that it did come across as that, and the missus did, and also other people I've shown the email chain to. And he's like, no, I just wanted common courtesy. The thing is, though, like, if you send an email to someone who's, doing something like a YouTube, but you have no prior contact with, and they don't get back to you, Is he never emailed someone like that before? Because I've reached out to people and said, "Oh, I'd be interested in a collaboration." Now I don't hear back. I don't take it personally. I don't take it to heart. I don't think they're offensive. I think either they're not interested or they're busy or whatever, and I just move on with my life.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that all the time when people who I actually work with don't respond to me. It's nothing personal. They're busy. They've got other things to be doing rather than read my emails.
And like Joe said earlier, like he pointed out, like the guy was like, "If you're interested, get back to me." Well, clearly, if I didn't get back to him, I'm not interested. It's not hard.
I literally followed what you wanted me to do.
I read your instructions.
I followed the instructions.
What more do you want?
Like I said, I think it's gone way beyond him just wanting to use the minifigures. He's in this area where he, in his mind, is in the right. I have done some great, disservice, some great injustice to him, and he has to win this now.
There's just this, like, just grow up.
Yeah. It's like with those memes you say when you see someone on the internet. That person is wrong. I could move on with my life and keep scrolling and go on and do stuff, or I can spend like the next 4 hours writing an argument to them. You know?
Yeah. And I feel like the only thing I have like the professional clout to argue with people online about is electrical engineering. But if it's another engineer, I'm going to be like, I will listen to what you have to say. I don't know. There's just no professional decorum online anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's partly like he's saying, "Oh, common courtesy would be to reply back," but I wasn't interested in there, and I knew this would be the case. I knew that if I responded to him and said, "No, I'm not interested in doing it because whatever," he would be like, "Oh, but this, you say this, and but this," because he'd already done like a counter argument in that email, which was supposedly was an apology. You know, that in itself was an essay. This is like friggin' a novel or something, you know.
Mate, I nearly fell asleep. It was that long. But at the same time, I was wetting myself because freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I was just watching you react. I'm like, oh, this is probably good.
It's a doozy.
Oh, it's this bit where you gotta do all the chains. We had this on one of the roller coasters. You gotta connect all these little pieces.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've had that on the Harley Davidson, the Ducati, the Dodge Charger.
Are those from the are those like tread links for
basically, yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be some sort of mechanism having this ride that goes up and then it drops.
Okay.
I don't think, when I've seen it in action, I don't think it's very good, but I'm going to build it as the instructions say, and then what my plan is, if I still don't like it, I'm going to gut this out, remove the ride mechanism part of it, and turn this into an actual haunted house. Because at the moment, the set is meant to be like a haunted house attraction in a theme park now.
Gotcha.
But I want it to turn into like a haunted hotel. That's my idea. Mrs. Craggle, do you want to come do the tread pieces? Because you've got tiny fingers. I don't want to do this.
Now.
How long are we going to carry on streaming for, by the way?
That's 2 hours.
Yeah.
However long we want.
I do need to get food at some point. I mean, I guess I could do it on stream, but...
Well, shall we go for another 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, why not?
Take it to 2:15.
2:15? Yeah.
And then Joe can get back to version 5.5 of 5.20 million of his LUT.
I mean, okay, so here's
74 of those.
74? Oh man.
Yeah.
This is how we're gonna love you.
Yeah, I mean, I've been having so much fun going through this the instructions because, like, I don't know, the last year, how do I say it without sounding like I'm bragging? But like, I really feel like I've upped my instruction game.
No, I know what you mean there.
I'm like, why did I do it like this before? Like, it's almost a ground up redesign, and I've been very much enjoying it.
I don't think it's bragging to say that you've improved. It's an acknowledgement of your own development, because to do that, you have to also acknowledge that you're better now than what you were before, which by approximation also means that you're acknowledging that you weren't as good as you are now. So
yeah.
You don't really say that you've improved. You own that shit, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe.
But I don't want to sound like I'm not humble.
Hey, if you want to sound like you're not humble, I can send you an email. You can get some pointers.
Oh boy. Okay, so I'll add that to my list of nightmares. An email from Cut the Crackle. Oh God! Oh no! My inbox! Ah!
Oh my word!
My inbox is unclean.
Oh dear.
Oh no. With space time gone, I'm the only American here.
Yeah, but we won't hold that against you.
I know, I'm just kidding. Yeah, if you guys know any electrical engineering jobs over there in across the pond, we'll probably gladly join you.
Funny you mention it. I actually know plenty, but
Do you know what's funny?
they probably don't pay what you need to continue your Lego obsession. I mean, your Lego hobby.
That's the thing, though, because we're a smaller country. I think Americans don't realize like how little like an income goes over here. Like I remember watching this program where it was like it was like Homes Under the Hammer or something like that. And this couple, they'd been living in America for years. She was British, he was American, and like he had no family, and her parents were getting older, so they decided to come over to UK to live. And he couldn't believe like that he couldn't get this like 4-bedroom detached house with a white picket fence, and that his money would only get him like a 2-bedroom, mid-chain sort of, house. And it's like, well, that's what it's like over here. We have less hand, there's less. Your money doesn't go as far,
Especially with real estate, yeah. What I was going to say, Sam. Excuse me, Sam. I only spend Lego money from what I sell, so that is completely separate from my.
So what you're saying to me is that your salary or your pay goes to supporting your loving wife, your son, and your house.
Correct.
That's impressive.
All that. See, now I'm bragging.
You were doing so well being humble.
If you knew how, okay, yeah, yeah.
I've just looked at the link that he sent about the Twitter thread, saying that the whole conversation is up for public. Well, it's not, because they actually say, can you email us at this address to discuss it? So it's not out in a public, like he claims. But also, he says about how he didn't know initially that they were my designs. Literally, in the link that he says, we're excited to show you these new figs. Many thanks to Cut the Crackle for coming up with the original designs. It's in the link that he's using to back up that he didn't know they were designed by me.
Just surprising. Look, don't bother replying. You cannot use these figures. End of.
I can't be bothered. I just don't want to engage with the guy because I know this would happen. That he'd want to back and forth, and he'd want to sort of like do quotation marks and counter argue this part or whatever. I don't. Well, I have better things to do in my life.
Craggle, that sounded so just concise and succinct. Maybe you should just respond to him.
Oh, I don't want to.
It's just time to piss off.
I just thought I'd check that link as well, and he's not wrong. I can see his name here.
It's like the second line down, isn't it?
It's right there. It's in black and white, man.
Yeah, and also the fact that he was like, oh, actually, the whole conversation between me and them is in the public eye because it's on Twitter, when actually they say, can you email us to discuss it?
You are.
Hello.
You say hi to Sam?
Hi.
And to Craggle?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Clark. How's it going?
Sam said, how are you doing?
Great. And I'm gonna go to Pika's house. Okay?
Yep. It looks like you need to get out of your jammies first.
That's a good idea.
No, you're just going to go in your jammies.
I like how he's kind of like considering that going. I don't think that's a viable option here.
Yeah. So you're going to go with Mom to Aunt Pika?
Oh my word.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, are you seriously not going to get dressed?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I like this kid.
He's a bit of a legend.
Yeah. He's clearly not Joe's.
What?
I showed you this. But can you close the rocket so
I'll be right back. I'm going to go make sure everything's fine.
Okay. Oh, dear. And that's how you be a good parent, folks.
Oh. Yeah, he's far too adorable for Joe to have any sort of like participation in the creation of that.
Joe sent me a video, must have been last year, when he was doing some bits with some Mars stuff that was going on at the time, and he got Clark to build some of the models Joe was designing.
Oh yeah.
And he turned around to it. They did a little video they sent to me, and he basically goes, Joe was saying to him, he goes, which one of the Mars rovers is your favorite? And he goes, Oppie. Oppie's my favorite. He's just the best. There you go. He goes, yeah, he knows the names of all the rovers. You go, oh wow, okay.
Fair play.
He's such an awesome little kid. Oh dear.
Yeah, so I can see Mrs. Crackle earlier was having a chat with a minifig who's had like a similar type experience. They even had to check if it was the same person or not. Yeah, it's sad, but do you know what? I do judge myself. I do pride myself rather on being a good judge of character, and obviously it's hard to do that over an email chain. But when I saw that email, I knew he was going to be the kind of person that was going to want this big back and forth where he's going to try and break it down and go, oh, but this here. And that's part of the reason why I just thought it's best not to respond,
Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean now. And
then I've been proven right with this.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you think I should just not respond again? Do you reckon that will wind him up even more? Or do you reckon that will be enough because he'll think he's won then?
I think that might be enough because, like you say, he'll think he's won.
But if
that's what I'm hoping. If like now he's done this massive essay, if I don't respond to that, will that be enough? Like I know it sounds like no because he kept on last time, but like. Will he now think that he's had his response, he's had the last word, he'll leave me alone?
I don't know.
I'd like to think so personally, but I
it could go either way, couldn't it? It could be again that he's like, "What's the matter?" Like did my counter argument not
Did I best you with my argument?
Something like that. Or you just go,
have you been destroyed by my words?
It's just it's just so hard to just be asked to be left in peace,
Yeah.
Can I block him on your channel?
You can if you want to. It's just crazy.
Delete or comment.
Yeah, and maybe that's what you say. Is it so hard to just be left in peace?
It's like leave me the frick alone.
Yeah. Wow. I still think it was hilarious when he commented on the video and Sam commented with 3 ghost emojis, and he didn't get the fact that it was referencing being ghosted, and 2 also didn't realize that was Sam Jones, the person who did the project that I designed the minifigures for, which he's referenced in his emails, but clearly doesn't. Even now, he doesn't understand what happened. He clearly
doesn't know the difference.
No,
doesn't know who this guy is. Who doesn't
like
know?
I said, the first email he sent me, he was like, "Oh, I really enjoyed your video. I'm a big fan of all this stuff. And the Stargate you've designed is great." And it's like, if you watch the video, I didn't design the Stargate. I designed the figures.
Built the Stargate.
Yeah. I was pretty clear about that. I bigged Sam up massively, Showed his face.
Yeah, and although you did massively help with the instructions. In fact, you both did, you and Mrs. Craggle. Pointing out issues and giving me design recommendations.
There we are.
Well,
we win the last minute.
I'm not going to be able to do this in a minute.
Sorry, what was that, Joe? I talked over you then. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, Sam, your instructions actually have come a long way, if I can say that.
Thank you. Well, if you consider them against the TARDIS, what I built my very first set, I think Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just
great.
infinitely better.
I think you and I have the same kind of insanity as Sam Bradford does, in that our first mock project is just huge. It's just way too big.
I wouldn't say the TARDIS is way too big. I mean,
Okay.
it's big.
Well, the fact that you made it is probably way too. I mean, never mind.
I love it.
I know. I'm kidding. But yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, you go. Most people when they
That
first
was
start,
made at all.
I mean, even I gave you some feedback on the TARDIS instructions when I was building it, and you made some changes like in real time when I was talking to you, and I noticed the difference between those and the Stargate instructions. When Craggle built it, I was like looking over his shoulder, and I was like, "Yeah, you can definitely tell that you've improved," which is
that's
good.
it. It's like you definitely see a difference, and that's what I like about doing things. As you get better, like you say, you're getting better, and you notice things. Like I'm doing these instructions or designing a Mars surface now. I've got instructions for it, but I'm looking at the instructions going, why the hell, person who designed this, me, have you put a plate down without putting the plate that needs to be underneath it first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm just there going, it's stupid stuff like that that's going to get you.
Yeah, I had that in another set of instructions that I had to give feedback on. But you know what? Even Lego official instructions does stuff that makes no sense. Like one of my favorite ones is they have like the model that you're adding pieces to. And you know, they in instructions they will have you turn it round, but sometimes they'll have you turn it round, and then the piece that you're putting on is behind the wall that is in the picture, so you can't actually see in the picture where you're putting the piece.
Yeah.
So you have to go like 3 steps ahead until when it turns around again and go, "Oh look, there's a piece there. That must be that one from that step."
Yeah.
And that's like a $1 billion company. So.
Okay, you ready for this? Here, Sam. Let's share screen.
Done it again. Freaking.
What?
I found another bit where I've done it again.
Oh, you have to turn this around.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I think you have to close it up to turn it around, probably.
Do you want to show this off, Joe?
Yeah, I do. I want to show Mr. Craggle what I have.
Oh my word! That both gets me hard and gives me a massive panic attack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And I've put some color-coded pieces in there so I know what to change on the next version. And yeah, like this. This is what I'm trying to make instructions for right now.
Instructions for that?
Yeah.
I've got one for you. Instruction 1. Go and do something else.
Yeah. You'd probably be better doing anything else.
Yeah.
So
it kind of reminds me of. I remember I went to the Lego store before when, and this was when like Force Awakens. I don't know if it had come out or not, but when all the Lego Star Wars sets were Force Awakens, and they had a model that was kind of like knee height of BB-8. Oh, actually no, it's a little bit later because they did the buildable BB-8 set. And someone came into the shop because they complained that the set they bought wasn't the same size as the model in the store. Because they thought, basically, in this little small box with a set on there, with a picture of the actual set, they thought they were building the glued, knee-high model that was on display in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
like, how would the amount of bricks to make that fit inside that box,
Or I mean, like I sell instructions for this thing you're looking at right now, and I've had emails from people saying, "Hey, when is it going to ship? When is it going to get here?" And I have to respond with, "This is for the instructions, only the instructions."
Yeah,
how much do you sell the instructions for?
For the LUT, it's $50.
So they think they can get a model that big for $50. Wow.
Yep.
That's great.
Anyway, so I just wanted to show off some of the things that I'm doing right now. And
Just noticed there's a question from Minifig who says, "Wow, that's awesome! How many pieces?"
well, let's find out this new version right now. If my
Let's
computer
have a
will-
look together.
Yeah.
I should warn you, we've gone 5 minutes over budget.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. It's all worth it for the piece count.
Yep, here we go. This one is 10,502.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the one with the most parts because you're adding that chunk to it.
And you don't even get the rocket.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is without the rocket. Yep. Yeah.
It looks really nice though. It looks cool.
Thanks. And yeah, you can see that one right there.
So what happens if you if your child accidentally runs into it and knocks over?
Well, then we get to rebuild it.
And that is such a fun experience.
He has plenty of other Legos. He knows to be very careful in here. He's very respectful. He's a good kid. But we'll see as he gets older what happens. I mean, I say he's a good kid. We don't know what kind of craziness he'll start getting into. Yeah. I've been asked that, but it's like I have my own, like, this is my laboratory, and he knows this is not a place to play. That if he wants to play with Legos with me, we can go downstairs to his Legos and play with those.
I'm getting a little bit triggered here when you keep on saying Legos, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lego.
There you go.
Thank you.
I still say both every once in a while, and people still give me this kind of weird look of like, so
You know
the plural of Lego is Lego. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Do you know what?
It's like
It's funny though, because it's like, I don't think it's a thing in the UK. I think even those who aren't sort of like that into Lego still call it the plural Lego. But in America, it's like if you don't not into it, you call it Legos. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we're used to having more words that are plural but the same. I don't know.
Okay. I have no idea.
Do you know what I found out though? That's very interesting. Is that the plural for sheep is sheep, unless you're a farmer when you call them sheeps.
Where's the falcon? Oh. I get to start working on that when I finish a couple house projects.
Oh.
And so it's downstairs, still in its box, Lady Sam.
Did you see that we got the falcon as a wedding present?
Did you?
Yeah.
And you haven't started putting it together?
No, we've said we're going to save it until we get a bigger house.
Yeah, and when I finish it, I'm gonna have to find a place in here somewhere that I can hang it from the wall because I don't have any room for it. Craggle, have you seen my Star Wars collection though?
No,
I've shown it
I
to
don't
you,
think
right?
so. Or maybe you have. Yes, you have actually. Yeah, I remember the shelf now. Yeah.
Yeah, B-Wing, A-Wing, Y-Wing, TIE Fighter.
Yeah, because we were talking about the, was it the B-Wing?
That I didn't get the kit, I just parted it.
No, like how it doesn't look like a bee, but because in the
Oh,
film,
yeah,
it had
that's
an
right.
A-Wing and had B-Wing. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have that that memory disease.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you're just special.
Maybe.
Maybe I have selective memory.
Maybe. Maybe that's why you don't reply to emails.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing is like, if someone were yelling at me like that, I'd be like, bitch, I don't respond to my best friend's emails sometimes.
I mean, can you imagine if he emailed Spacetime? Because Spacetime, do you remember, like, one point, there was 12 messages on Discord from me to him, and then he responded with one word, yes.
Yes.
And it wasn't like I was hounding him. It was like I was asking about different things, and by the time like he actually responded, we'd already spoke like over a video call. But it's just like he's so bad at getting back to messages. But do I like send him an email saying what a sad world we live in? No.
What a sad world we live in.
Yeah, this is what he says. What a sad
That's how it starts, mate.
Oh,
And on that note, I think it's time we bring these adventures to a close for this evening.
but
Yeah.
why?
Let's do it again soon, though.
But
Yeah,
why?
let's, because I've really enjoyed this.
It's great.
Even if the only people watching are
Are our significant others.
significant others.
Hey, we had Jacob and Minifig Who here.
We have indeed.
Yeah,
We
I
also
know,
had
I know.
Cajun Yeti.
Your significant other, though.
Occasion.
Oh, occasion. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Okay,
Agent's
so-
been
Right.
here, yeah.
Thank you to everybody who joined us. Joe, I'm going to give you the floor. You can shout about yourself for a little bit. Okay, quite literal.
No, you can find my space history obsession on my Etsy site, etsy.com/stores/Skylab Bricks, or just look for Skylab Bricks. I've got a lot of wares and sundries that you can purchase and go spend a lot of money on Lego. You can also find me under Skylab. I think it's Skylab Bricks, or did I change it to Skylab Mutineer on Flickr? And you can see all of my fun stuff. And you can also occasionally find me on Facebook. But I only do space stuff, so don't ask me to do anything else. That's all. I'm still not used to stuff like this, Mr. Sam.
Are you still not used to self-promotion? Well,
I'm not used to self-promoting. I'm like, hey, like Legos, like space? I do too.
do you know what? There's another guy who I know who's not entirely great at self-promotion.
Who?
Cut the Craggle.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm terrible at self-promotion. It either comes across as really ineffective or cringy or both. But yeah, please go check out my channel, Cut the Craggle. I also have another channel called Craggle's Den. I load up a video to there once every 500 years. So make sure you turn on notifications so you know exactly when the next video hits. And I got a new set today. I'll be doing a whole video on that late in the week. And I think then, I don't think I'm going to do it next week. I think the week after, I'm going to be doing almost nightly streams, kind of like I did recently with this set, but with this other one. So yeah, if that's cryptic enough for you, I don't know. Sam, you promote me. You do it better than I do. Tell me how happy I am.
Oh, okay. Check out Cut the Craggle's YouTube channel. Check his Facebook, his Instagram, his Twitter as well. He randomly posts content on there. Become a member because the Discord server is lit.
But don't send me emails. I don't respond to them.
Yeah, don't send him emails.
I believe the term is lit AF.
Sorry. The Discord is lit AF.
Come see his wet ass bricks.
Oh, dear.
His red ass
Before we
studs.
die.
So yes, check out Cut the Craggle. He's designed some cool minifigures as well that are available on minifigs.me. You can't miss them. They've got his name plastered in the description. So definitely check those out. And from me, check out my Facebook page, The Brick Keeper. I post stuff on there when I remember that page exists. You find me in Craggle's chat on his YouTube channel and his videos. Or you can check out my Etsy store and buy some of my cool instructions for a Stargate, a Black Arrow.
Go get the Black Arrow.
Or a TARDIS.
And rumor has they might soon be life-size Lego sonic screwdrivers. Am I right?
Yes.
Another thing
These
I'm not gonna
cheeky
buy.
little things.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
See, I've built it to withstand it.
I thought I heard that get decimated then.
What happened?
I just dropped it on the desk. It's fine.
Oh my word.
These little bad boys might end up on the interwebs once they have gone through the Craggle approval process.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that. And thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. Thank you, Joe, for joining us. Thank you, Craggle, for joining us. Thank you, Mrs. Craggle, for joining us as well.
You're most
Stand
and
by.
helping out. And with that, Pilot Joe will we
We're
will
coming in too hot. Pull up.
we will
You're
see
gonna
you
get back
again.
there.
We will see you again next time for more chaos and more randomness. Catch you later, everyone.
See ya.